My husband, Leo, and I had been together for 8 years, married for 4. He was a high-performing architect, meticulous, sharply dressed, and incredibly grounded. We were the couple everyone said was solid. But about 2 months ago, he started acting strange. He became obsessed with biohacking and evolutionary aesthetics. I thought it was just a midlife crisis or a weird hobby until he booked a flight to a shady wellness clinic in South America without telling me. He left a note saying he needed to upgrade his vessel. He was gone for 10 days. I was frantic. I called the police, his parents, everyone. Then, last Tuesday, he just walked through the front door. I almost vomited when I saw him. He hadn't just gone for a retreat. Leo had undergone extreme body modification. He had his ears pointed surgically, like an elf, and had subdermal implants put into his forehead that looked like small horns. He was also missing a tooth, which he claimed he pulled out himself because it was blocking his energy. I screamed. I cried. I asked him what the hell he had done. He looked at me with this dead, calm stare and told me I was trapped in a primitive mindset. He said he did it because he finally felt like his true self. I told him he works at a conservative architecture firm and he's going to be fired immediately. He laughed in my face and said he was beyond employment. We fought for 6 hours. I told him he needed a psychiatric evaluation immediately. He told me I was a suppressive agent and that if I didn't accept his new form, I was dead weight. He packed a bag, drained our joint savings account, about $15,000, and walked out. I haven't seen him since. His parents are blaming me, saying I must have stressed him out, but I'm terrified. This isn't Leo. The Leo the first no worries about his 401k and flosses twice a day. Who was that stranger in my hallway? It's been 3 weeks. I wish I could say things got better, but they've only gotten more insane. Leo didn't just leave, he torched his entire life. His firm fired him via email after he sent a mass video message to his clients ranting about how skyscrapers are prisons for the soul, all while showing off his new implants and bleeding gums. I filed a missing person report, but the police made contact with him and said he's an adult acting of his own free will, so they can't force him home. But here is the scary part, I found out where he's staying. He's living in a warehouse district with a group of people who call themselves the Transcended. I went there. I know, stupid idea. But I had to see him. I found him sitting on a crate outside this dilapidated building. He looked awful. He's lost maybe 20 pounds. The implants in his head look infected, red and angry. When I approached him, he didn't even recognize me at first. When he finally realized who I was, he started screaming that I was a spy. He threw a glass bottle at me. It shattered right near my feet. He told me that if I ever came back, he'd dismantle me. I ran to my car and drove off shaking. I've spoken to a lawyer about freezing our assets and getting an annulment or divorce, but I feel guilty. Everyone keeps telling me he's having a psychotic break, likely schizophrenia or mania triggered by something. I feel like I'm abandoning a sick person, but he literally threw glass at me. I don't know how to help someone who thinks I'm a demon sent to stop his evolution. Things have taken a dark turn. About a month after the warehouse incident, Leo started stalking me. It started with strange items left on my porch. Dead birds. Burnt electronics. Then, notes. Hundreds of sticky notes pasted all over my car windows in the morning, filled with gibberish symbols and drawings of eyes. I got a restraining order, but a piece of paper didn't stop him. Last week, I woke up at 3 a.m. to the sound of smashing glass. Leo had thrown a brick through our sliding glass door. He was standing in the backyard, screaming that I had stolen his frequency. He was half naked, and his skin looked gray. The police came and arrested him, but because of bail reform and the nature of the mental health crisis, he was released back onto the streets 48 hours later. His parents finally flew in from out of state. They saw him for 5 minutes and realized how wrong they were to blame me. They tried to get him 5150D, involuntary hold, but he fled before the ambulance arrived. I am currently staying at a hotel. I can't go home. My neighbors say he's been circling the block at night. I've bought a gun, and I hate guns. I feel like I'm in a horror movie, waiting for the monster to jump out. I miss my husband, the old husband, so much it physically hurts. But this thing wearing his face? I want him gone. I know that sounds horrible, but I just want to be safe again. I wanted to give this story a conclusion, even though it's not the one anyone wanted. 2 days ago, I got a call from the coroner's office. Leo was found dead in an abandoned subway maintenance tunnel. The toxicology report isn't fully back, but they found huge amounts of meth and some kind of research chemical in his system. The medical examiner said his heart just exploded. He had been dead for 2 days before a maintenance worker found him. I went to identify the body yesterday. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. He looked prehistoric. The implants were still there, the ears were still pointed, but he was so thin, so battered. He looked like a frightened animal. His parents are paying for the cremation. There will be no funeral, just a small spreading of ashes. Honestly, I think they are just as relieved as I am, which makes us all feel like monsters. I've been sitting in my hotel room trying to process this. Everyone tells me I should be devastated, and I am, but not for the man who died in that tunnel. I'm grieving the man who died 6 months ago when he got on that plane. The man who died this week was a stranger who terrorized me. I keep looking at old photos of us on our honeymoon. He looks so normal. So happy. I don't understand how the human brain can just snap like that. How you can go from planning a kitchen renovation to dying alone in a tunnel in less than a year. I'm safe now. I can go home. But I don't think I want to live in that house anymore. I just feel hollow. I feel like I survived a war, but I lost everything worth fighting for.